We are doing a little bit of Epstein.
Epstein didn't kill himself.
This is independent.co.uk. Headline: Warden at Epstein jail quietly retires amid federal probe. Oh, convenient.
The warden of the jail that Epstein died in, that is being federally investigated, just kind of, I think I've done my duty. I've got my money and my Bitcoin in my Swiss bank account that mysteriously was created in my name, and it's time for me to go.
The warden who ran the federal jail where disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein killed himself was allowed to quietly retire.
Disgraced financier, not international pedophile ring
transhumanist
criminal.
Creepy. Yeah, no, not at all. He's just a disgraced financier.
No, he's just a disgraced financier. Good job, Independent.
Yes, the warden who ran the federal jail where disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein killed himself was allowed to quietly retire from the Bureau of Prisons in February. Oh, it's been a couple months too, and we're now hearing about it. His retirement came in the midst of an investigation examining how one of the government's highest profile inmates could take his own life in custody.
How could you do that, indeed?
Did it even happen? Or I don't know. Lamine Naday retired from the Bureau of Prisons on February 26. Agency spokesperson Christy Brichers told the Associated Press on Tuesday.
That's why we didn't hear about it.
Yep.
2 days after the Russia invaded Ukraine.
Convenient
Perfect timing to stay out of the news cycle.
He was most recently the warden at FCI Fort Dix, a low-security prison in Burlington County, New Jersey. He had been put in that position despite the ongoing federal probe and in direct contradiction of a public pronouncement from the Bureau of Prisons that it would delay Naday's transfer to run any prison until the inquiry by the Justice Department's Inspector General was finished. FCI Fort Dix, located on the grounds of the Joint Military Base McGuire-Dix Lakehurst, is the largest single federal prison by population with just under 3,000 inmates. The adjacent prison camp had 231 minimum security inmates under Naday's, I'm probably saying that right, Nadaye's watch as a warden. An inmate at Fort Dix was stabbed in the eyeball by a fellow prisoner, exemplifying the gruesome chronic violence that plagues the Bureau of Prisons, and quickly added to calls from congressional lawmakers for the Bureau of Prisons Director Michael Carvajal to resign from his position. Carvajal announced in January he was resigning, but has remained in place while the Justice Department searches for a replacement. A handful of inmates, some of whom were believed to be friends and associates of the suspected attacker, have been held in segregated housing units for more than 4 months, and some were threatened with transfers if they didn't cooperate. Okay, all right, okay. There's more
weird. They kind of just transform it into a story about
not about it anymore.
Prison violence.
All right.
Yeah.
Naday was previously the warden at the Metropolitan Correctional Center, the now closed federal lockup in Manhattan. He was removed from the position after Epstein killed himself at the jail in 2019 while awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges. Prosecutors say the guards who were supposed to be monitoring Epstein were instead sleeping and browsing the internet. But what happened to the cameras, though?
What about the cameras? Were the cameras sleeping and browsing the internet?
The Bureau of Prisons closed the jail in October for much needed repairs after years of decay, though it may never reopen. Oh, convenient. The Bureau of Prisons named Nadaye as warden at Fort Dix in February 2021, despite the ongoing federal investigation into lapses that led to Epstein's death and contradiction of its pronouncement that the agency would delay any move until the inquiry was finished. Yeah. The Bureau.
That's great.
So he came in.
He failed up. That's how you do it.
That's
you
crazy.
Fail up. That's what happens when you are doing the bidding of those who have the power over your future.
Yeah.
You do what you're asked, even if it's illegal, even if it's incompetent, even if it's, wrong in every way, and you fail up. That is a classic move with the, sort of just elite infrastructure that protects their own. Mm-hmm. And now he's one of them. And when you're one of them, doesn't matter how much you fail, you get promoted. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's your job. You're the fall guy and you're rewarded for it.
Yeah.
So that alone is its own sort of clue as to what might be going on here.
Yeah, and what we haven't heard much about Ghislaine.
No.
What's she up to? What's been?
I have no idea. I have not heard recently. I haven't looked into it.
The Ukraine thing is very convenient. I mean, there was some stuff happening up until that point. There was that lull, where people were kind of over COVID, but before the Ukraine thing, and there's a little bit of Ghislaine news that we reported on, but I guess forget that, man. It's all about Zelensky and Putin and Satan meeting.
Yeah, nothing else matters, right?
Nothing else matters.
A worldwide, child sex trafficking ring that's tied into the intelligence services of, countries, tying in the elite family lines of yada, yada, yada. It doesn't matter. It's all about Putin. Putin, he's crazy.
Mm-hmm.